I really like this.
Yeah, it's really fun.
I'm like trying to. There we go.
It's fun. Don't knock your tea over.
I know. It's a lot of fun. I should have put mine tea in my mug, but it's fine.
You should have.
Next time. I don't want to pour it because I know my ass will spill it.
Yeah, it'll go all over the place. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It's gonna go all over the place.
Right?
So.
We know ourselves.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Okay. We don't. Okay, so we should talk about, when is this airing?
Tuesday.
Okay, so we should talk about the live show in Portland.
Yep.
And then Bariatric Society.
Yep.
The retreat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about sponsors.
No.
Oh, thank God.
I know.
So nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Count us down. Guess what, guys?
We're not doctors.
No, we are not.
If you're going to be making any major medical decisions, please consult your doctor.
That includes diets, exercise, medications, and surgery.
We love you guys.
And we want you to continue to be in our OSLP family forever.
So be careful and consult your doctors. Have you heard of ProCare, or just have you been living under a rock?
ProCare is the very first bariatric multivitamin to develop a one-a-day vitamin. That's right, you heard it correctly. One a day. And they also have delicious dark chocolate calciums that are available during the winter months.
That's right. So go to procarenow.com, get your calcium chews, get your multivitamin, and use OSLP for a discount.
Who else feels like portion control is the #1 hurdle in a weight loss journey?
I know I do, but that is why we go to Portion Perfection to get all of our needs met, because they have cups, they have bowls, and they even have recipes for us. It's so nice.
They also have the kit and carry, which is perfect for on-the-go portion control. So click the link below and get yours today. Are you feeling a little sluggish? Little lack of protein? Little lack of caffeine? Well, we got the fix for that.
That's right. Dive Bar Nutrition has the best protein bars. They have caffeine, protein, and they taste delicious.
So head on over to divebarnutrition.com and use code OSLP at checkout.
Welcome back, OSLP family! Welcome.
I had to say that with you. You are listening to Our Sleeve Life podcast, and this is Kelly.
This is Mel.
And obviously, our brains are dead today because we are back from JBY.
Holy shit, we are back, baby.
It was amazing, but we are so thrilled to have a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
But as of course, we will never take a break from recording. So here we are.
No. And if you have not seen the Just Be You, just go over to our YouTube. Again, a free way to like help out your girls. Mm-hmm. Hit the little bell, hit the subscribe button. We got the men's panel on there. We have the Rising Stars on there. We have the whole show. We got the pink carpet. I'm going to be putting out the professional panel as well. So go check it out. Go view those things.
Yes.
Hey, if you want to, put it in your link tree so everybody else can see it. I'm down with that.
I'm down with that too.
Yeah.
And you can also find it on jbyawards.com,
yes,
where we will be updating everybody on future events and all of this little details that we are keeping to ourselves right now.
Because there will be a 3.
There will be a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and a 25 and 100
billion of them.
Billion of them.
Yes.
So we do want to let you guys know, if you are in Oregon.
Ooh, our Oregon peeps.
Our Oregon peeps. We have been invited to the PNC live studio to record a live podcast. Now, this will also be live streamed. Mm-hmm. We will get you those details as soon as we can. Make sure you sign up for our newsletter on our website, oursleevelifepodcast.com, to get all of those details as they're coming out. But this live event is on October 21st.
Yes, it's in Portland.
It's in Portland. Mm-hmm. We are asking that you register for this event. We will have the little link below on the
description.
In the description.
And it's a free event, guys.
It's a free event, guys.
Yeah.
You can come hang out and listen to a live podcast by yours truly.
That's right. It's so cool.
Also, because you guys know we never really stop, we will be at the Bariatric Society Bariatric Retreat in November. It is in San Antonio, Texas this year.
I can't believe it. We're going back to Texas, Kelly.
Back to Texas.
Yeehaw.
Yeah. Please don't ever say that again.
Yeehaw. Right, cowboy.
Oh, my God. No. Please, God. For the love of God, no.
I have all the sayings in the twang, so don't you worry,
Lord
girlfriend.
Almighty. We are in a special mood today. But you can go and sign up, buy tickets to the bariatric retreat.
Yeah, those are open until the 17th of October.
Yes, and we have a code that gets you $50 off your ticket. It is OSLP.
Shocker, OSLP.
Shocked. So go over, get your ticket, see us there, and lots of other people are going to be there. We are actually going to do small recordings with people at the retreat.
How cool is that?
So that also will be a link that you can sign up and get your space to talk to us and tell us a little bit about your story. We're excited.
I know. I'm super excited just because, one, we go to this retreat. We didn't go to the last one, so we're super stoked.
Yes.
It's going to be so much fun. I hear there's like a cowboy disco night. There's going to be a Barbie night.
Bariatric Barbie.
Bariatric Barbie. So this is going to be fun. I'm already racking my brain which dress I'm going to bring because we have dresses.
We definitely have dresses. And if you guys have seen the live stream, you saw my cupcake dress that was on the pink carpet. I think I might just wear that.
Why not?
Because I can't let go of it.
No, it's beautiful.
I love it. I love that fucking dress. I might need to have it hemmed a little bit because it is a little long.
Okay, let's do it.
But if I wear it with heels, it might not be bad. And
we all know those heels are coming off.
Oh, well, fuck yeah.
Yeah, so we definitely need to get it hemmed.
Okay. Okay, so I think that's everything except for...
No, there's two things left.
Two things. Number one, go to patreon.com/OSLP, become a Benchy. We'll be sharing all the Benchy brunch photos because we give special benefits to our Benchies.
Yes, we do.
And a Benchy is a support group member that is called the Winners Bench. We like to call them Benchies.
That's right.
And we threw them an epic rooftop brunch this year in DC.
Yeah, we did. With mimosas and everything.
Man, that food was amazing. I was so sad that I couldn't eat more of it.
God, the breakfast tacos.
Yeah.
Were so good.
So yummy.
I had a chorizo one and a sausage one.
I actually did not eat one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I know. I was very sad.
They're
but
delicious.
The salmon, the lox on the bagels, yeah, it was so good.
You wanted that.
I wanted that.
Yeah.
So we got that. But the special benefits are that you get ticket sales first. Mm-hmm. You get discount codes. You get special episodes from us. Plus, you get a support group that is one of a kind, guys. It really is. We have amazing people in our group, and we just absolutely love each and every one of them. And so you want to go sign up. Make sure you're doing the $7 higher tier so you can get into that support group. And what was the other thing?
I guess we said it in the beginning, the YouTube.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we normally say it at the end.
Yes,
but it's fine. Again,
up a little bit.
Go to YouTube. It's on your phone. Click subscribe and the bell because you get an episode like this every single Tuesday.
Yes.
And sometimes you get like stuff special because like I said, all of those categories are going to be taken down from the JBY, and you can watch little clips from it. It's going to be fun.
Mel's got some stuff.
I have ideas.
She has ideas.
Ideas.
Okay, so I ran across this TikTok.
She did.
Yesterday. I was creating some content. Shocked. But I was creating some content, and I came across this TikTok. And the question that he asked was, Mel, if I asked you to go to the gym every single day with me,
yes, and
you showed up, but I didn't, by the 10th day, would you believe that I would show up?
No. Why would I? You never gave me any evidence that you would show. So in my brain, you trained me to think that I can't trust that you're going to be there.
Okay. So why is it any wonder why we have trust issues with ourselves? Because we make deals like that all the time with ourselves. Okay, I'm going to get up and I'm going to make my bed every day and I'm going to journal.
Yep.
Okay, so you make that agreement with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
By the 10th day of not completing those tasks, you're showing yourself that you can't trust yourself.
Yes, and we always like to go big too. You notice,
oh yeah, I'm gonna lose 50 pounds in 6 months,
and I'm gonna work out 5 days a week.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna eat any sugar.
Yeah, that's a big one.
We always go all or nothing.
Yep,
and
we do. What
we've learned from this, was it a real TikTok? I can't remember.
It was a reel. Yeah,
it was a reel, and what we've learned by watching this is the fact of if you do little things every day,
when you think of them,
you'll start retraining your brain to trust yourself. Because I know this has been a big deal for you in your journey because you felt like you don't trust yourself.
Oh, I completely do not trust myself. And that's from years. This isn't just a thing that happens overnight.
Of not trusting? No, it's been programmed.
I have been programmed my entire life to not trust myself.
Yeah.
Because I would make deals like, okay, I'm going to eat really healthy. I'm going to work out. I'm going to lose some weight. Okay, well, then that doesn't happen. So then you say, okay, I'm going to do Weight Watchers. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. You don't do it.
Yeah.
So there's all these deals or plans that you make in your head. And is it any wonder?
Well, like that, and if you don't like hold yourself accountable during that time frame that you said, then you feel like you failed. And then you feel like you can't trust yourself.
Yes.
All over again.
Yes.
So it's like this vicious cycle.
It is. And I want to be clear, bariatric surgery does not cure this.
No.
At all.
By any means.
This does not cure your not trusting yourself, self-sabotaging yourself. This does not cure that.
Well, and I want to preface, too, that bariatric surgery, as far as I understand, has not cured anything.
Except for obesity.
Does it? But it doesn't cure it. Once you have obesity, you always have it. That's what we've learned. But we've learned that obesity really is a disease, and it's almost like diabetes to where, like, once you hit it, you can't undo it. You can only make the symptoms a little bit less, and you learn to maintain, and you learn all the other things with it. But once you hit a point, it's really hard to reverse.
Correct.
What's interesting about this topic is because I do trust myself. I don't trust myself around certain foods. That is for sure. But I think because I literally have been a big kid my whole life, and I feel like I came to terms at like 18, like after Dylan, that I was like, I will always just be a big person. I literally just told myself, I have no control over this one. My whole family's big. We're all short and stocky, and we're all fat. So I'm just going to be a fatty for the rest of my life. And I came to terms with that. I didn't know how big I was going to get, but I just knew I'm going to be a fat person.
So I have a question for you, gearing off of that.
Yeah.
What is Sequence?
Well, Sequence is an at-home weight loss program. All you have to do is take the quiz, meet your clinician, get your prescription, and you're already on the way to a healthier you. I know when I felt hopeless with my regain, I joined right away.
And I saw great results with Kel, so guess what? I joined. So go over to joinsequence.com right now, use OSLP, and you're going to get a discount.
Are you located in the Florida area?
Well, we have the perfect office for you. Dr. Fridley and his wife, Macy, have created the perfect, welcoming, and safe place for your bariatric journey.
That's right. So click on the link below to start your weight loss journey now. And don't forget to tell them that the OSLP's girls sent you.
I know I didn't have enough support during my weight loss journey.
She didn't. And when we found the tribe, we were over the moon because not only do they offer you at least one support group a day, but they give you the tools and the knowledge to really succeed on your journey.
That's right. So go over to thesleevedietitian.com and find the subscribe button for the tribe and use OSLP to get your discount.
Did you ever think like, okay, I like you wake up one day and you're like, okay, I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna start eating right. I'm gonna start doing all of these things at like before 18.
No.
You never woke up and was like, what about after 18?
I thought about it when Dad died.
Okay.
And me and Matt went to the gym for a while.
How old were you?
I was 25 when Dad died.
Okay, so from the age of 0 to 25, you never woke up and was like, I'm going to make a deal with myself that I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to eat these healthy foods. I'm going to lose this weight.
No, I did not.
So I can't help but like chuckle, and I know it's not funny.
No, it's wild.
It's wild to me because that I think it's sad that you were just like, I'm just going to be fat.
Yeah.
You like came to terms with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also interesting to me because you trust yourself because you didn't do that.
Yeah.
So it's like a sad but a good thing all in one.
Because I turned my focus into, you know me, I love school.
Yes.
So my focus was like school, school, school. I need to get out of this house. I need to do something better than what my family has had. And there's just no way. My focus was never on my weight. I just knew I was not going to have boyfriends because I didn't really have boyfriends. I knew someone eventually would fuck me because that's just what nature does. But like I wasn't focused on it. I didn't think about boys that much. I wasn't trying to have boyfriends. I was focused on I must graduate without being pregnant. That was like because that was so like drilled into us because my mom and her mom and my dad's mom and all of them, even all my aunts, all got pregnant before they all graduated high school. And actually, most of them never even graduated high school.
So here's another thing.
So the focus was changed.
Another thing that I'm hearing you say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you did make a deal with yourself that you were going to graduate high school and not get pregnant before you graduated.
Correct. My deal was different.
And you completed those.
Correct.
So your trust is intact.
Correct.
So it's interesting to me because it's like, you've shown yourself over and over again that what you've set out to do, you're going to do.
Correct.
How does it feel about like working out? Because I know like, and you can tell me if you don't want to talk about this, but like this year has been kind of a whirlwind.
No, it's been very wonky.
It's been very wonky, but like I've heard you say like, I want to start working out again. Correct. I want to do like this day and this day or this day and this day, and I'm going to go do this. And I'm not picking on you.
No,
but you haven't gone.
I haven't, no.
So how does that affect your trust?
I know that I don't have, I need to work on my skills of trusting myself with the gym or being physical.
Okay.
Because that's one that like I've not conquered.
Okay.
At all.
So there is an aspect of you that is self-sabotaging and not trusting yourself.
Correct. And it's all about movement.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I know I can control my food. Now that I've had the surgery and I understand food, because that was a big deal. Like I didn't understand this food is actually affecting me. I was one of those that like I didn't think like, oh, all the beer I'm drinking is actually making me like all the carbs. Yeah. I didn't realize that that's where my weight gain started was beer. And then it really started into like, oh, I'll have all these different foods because Eric's making me all these fucking foods that are delicious. I gained all that weight.
Asshole.
It was good food. I mean, I get it. You want to make your partner happy.
Because I've done it too. Yeah. Like Zach's a great cook. And I mean, is there any wonder why I gained 60 pounds?
Right? It just, they help it because they want to, they see you happy when you're eating. So especially if they're cooks, they're going to feed you.
Well, and food is a love language.
It really is. It really is.
It really, really is. And I know for me, I don't trust myself with many things.
Right.
And that's from years of emotional abuse that I have received. And then, you know, growing up in a family, I mean, I love my mom. I love one of my sisters. Like, I don't blame her, but I took the role on of like protecting them. And so I never got to like have that trust with myself, I guess.
Well, and I guess what I'm hearing too is that like you had the trust to take care of them.
Yes.
But not yourself.
No, I didn't trust myself. Like I didn't know, but I also like, I have like forever talked bad about myself to myself.
Yeah.
And this year I've actually
It's changed.
It's changing.
It's changing.
It's changing for me. But I think that my years of trusting, like this reel hit me very hard. And I think that's because I'm now starting to develop a trust with myself. Like if I say, okay, when I'm at my house and I get up in the morning, I'm going to make my bed.
Yeah.
And I've really held on to that. I have really held on to every Tuesday, I'm going to have therapy.
Yep.
I've really held on to those things because those small things of just sitting in front of a computer and talking to your therapist makes a world of a difference.
It does.
It really does. Yeah. And I think that in the beginning, especially when my ex-husband first left, because in my head, let me think about this. Okay, so in my head, when I married my ex-husband, in my brain, I was like, I am marrying this guy because he is nothing like my dad.
Correct.
He is nothing like him. He is not abusive. He is not any of these things. Like, he will always take care of me, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Fast forward 15 years. Well, 10 years. And I'm realizing I picked the wrong guy. He's exactly like my dad. He just had a shiny exterior.
very shiny.
Like, yes, he worked 3 jobs.
He was not the one thing I will give him, he's a fucking hard worker.
He is.
And that is a very attractive trait. Fellas that are listening, we like men that work hard.
And take care, not take care of us, but respect us and want to take care of us. Like, I want a guy.
Yeah, I think that's a you. I mean, there's people like you. I don't.
I'm not saying, like, take care of me, I sit at home all day.
Right.
I'm saying, like, take care of me as, like, we're a partnership.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do want that. We do want that.
I needed to, like, redo that. I want a guy that is fully invested in making our partnership work and taking care of me just as much as I would take care of him.
Right.
So that's what is attractive to me.
It's very attractive.
But when everything started hitting me after Cody left, I wanted to say Satan so bad. I haven't said it like that in a long time.
Yeah, don't give him that power.
Don't give him the power. So when everything started hitting me, I realized that, like, I picked the wrong guy. How could I trust myself to pick another good guy? Mm-hmm. Because I couldn't even trust what I thought was this great relationship. Mm-hmm. I mean, people literally called us Barbie and Ken.
Yeah. It was like literally like he was Superman, remember? We used to call him that. Yeah.
We were like the ideal couple, right? Mm-hmm. Like, we both worked. We both went, like, I went to school. He worked 3 jobs. Like, we never seemed to fight. We were always great. Like,
so you never talked about it.
I didn't, because I didn't want anybody to, I think I blocked a lot of it out because I didn't want anybody to think that I picked the wrong guy. And he took care of me. Mm-hmm. So why would I?
You're almost like, why would I complain because he takes care of me?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But in the end result, I was slowly teaching myself that I couldn't trust myself.
Well, and he
for
didn't
15
help that
years.
either.
Oh, no. Fuck no, he didn't.
He would tell you all the time that you did stuff wrong.
Oh, I was wrong all the time. So when somebody tells you that you're wrong all the time, whether it's in your brain or another person, how are you supposed to trust yourself? Because you're being told by yourself and your husband that you never do anything right.
Yeah, and that's actually where me and Eric faltered, was because I got so tired of hearing I was doing stuff wrong, even though I can prove and show that I'm not. Mm-hmm. And it was driving me bonkers. While you were talking, what I was remembering too is that, like, the dynamics at home are definitely different because my parents, well, I would say dad drilled it in that only thing you have is your voice and your word. Mm. So if you say you're going to do something, you fucking do it. Mm-hmm. And if you don't do it, then you're showing other people they can trust you. Mm. So that's a big deal to me. So I, like, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to fucking do it. And then 2, he always said you can't trust other people. Only person you can trust is yourself. Because at the end of the day, you're going to only be able to take care of you. Because
you can't take care of other people if you're not taking care of you.
Exactly. And I know, because watching my dad, he was very, like, giving, like I am, like, we let people live with us. We want to help as much as possible, but you also get burned a lot when you do that stuff. So I know Dad was trying to teach me, hey, look out for number 1, be careful, stay safe, and definitely if you say you're going to do something, do it, so you can prove to others that they can trust you. And I think that was the biggest deal, is that, like, okay, so now I have this makeup in my head of I don't trust others, but they can trust me. And only thing that I don't trust myself with is food. But we never talked about food. No. My house, like, if you think about it, Mom wasn't on all these random diets that you hear a lot of moms were on. Mom they never commented on our bodies. That wasn't, like, if we were just big kids, we're big kids. And that's because all of the family was big. Even my cousins and everybody were bigger people. So I think we all kind of came to terms at a different time of our lives of, we're going to be big. That's just what the cards were dealt to us as big people, but we can be better people outside of being big people. Yeah. And I think that's why I can trust myself, because I also was thrown, and you know this from watching, I was thrown into a system to where I had to grow up a lot faster. So people were, my mom and dad were looking to me and Matt for help and being responsible and taking care of ourselves. So
And Michael.
Yeah, legit Michael. And so, like,
Michael's her little brother.
My little brother. We were 15 years apart. Yeah. So when I was 15, me and Kelly, like, I'd be getting ready and watching Hills or Laguna Beach, and he's just in my lap while I'm doing, like, my hair and a little bit of eyeliner or whatever I was doing at the time.
I mean, it's a funny story. Squirreling for a moment.
Oh, go ahead.
We as in me, Mel, and Zach. Yes, the Zach that I'm dating. We have known him for that long.
This is literally how long we've known each other.
Put Michael in a pillowcase.
Oh my God. I don't know why we even did that.
I don't know. I mean, we were like 16. And Zach was like 17. We put him in a pillowcase. His head was out. Yeah. But like Zach took it and like spun him around. And he actually broke your mom's lamp, which took forever for her to know that we did that.
I know. Me and Zach like fixed it.
You fixed it to like, put it back together. But yeah, so that was like, I love thinking about those moments of like, we did have fun.
We had fun. But
there was a lot of responsibility on your shoulders.
Yes. And there always has been. It has not changed as I gotten older. And so because people look to me I'm a fixer. So I can try, like I've always trusted myself in certain aspects of my life, but it's always been the food and the working out.
I think it's funny. And again, don't take this wrong, but I feel like your biggest like thing to work on is like trusting people that they'll do what they say.
Yeah, it's so hard.
I think it's not trust with yourself, it's trust with others that is your problem.
Oh yeah, I have huge trust.
And please don't take that the wrong way.
I don't, because
like, I think that's something that you could work on.
Have been proven. I think what's hard is there's been 2 times I've let some things go that I normally control, and what happened? They got fucked up both fucking times. And so it is very hard.
It's very hard
to let go, especially when you're finally like, okay, I'm going to let go. And then they fuck it up. And I was like, no. And then I try one more time. And did it again. And I was like, okay, this is so hard for me. I'm trying for sure. But it is hard because like I said, like I was literally taught you can trust no one. And no one cares about your feelings. Suck it up, suck it in, get out there. Start working.
It's every wild. Time you say that, I just think like, I wish that I had known what I know now to tell you, like, that's not how it's always going to be. You know, like, have you ever, like, wondered, like, if I could just go back in time
and tell
my younger self, like, write a letter or something and say, it's not going to be like this forever. Yeah. Like, you don't have to actually suck it in and suck it up and walk out that door. Yeah. Like, you literally can just cry.
No, I got made fun of crying.
I know.
Even you and Zach made fun of me for crying.
I know, because emotions make me uncomfortable.
Ryan and Stephanie I always got made fun of by family and friends about me crying. So, like, yeah, hence why I suck it up.
Well, but it's interesting because as a kid, you don't think about the fact, like you making fun of me having man hands.
You don't know it's
still sticks with me.
Yeah, you don't know it's going to stick.
It sticks.
Yeah.
It sticks with me. And like things like making fun of you for crying. Like we're just like, whatever.
Right, yeah.
But you don't realize like it's actually doing damage. Like it's literally doing damage because you're thinking, oh, I can't trust to cry in front of these people.
Correct. So I would, hence why at night by myself.
I would cry.
I process and cry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you, girl. Like I feel like in my family it was, I had to be the strong one.
Yeah.
I had to be the one that was like planning everything and making sure everything happened and like making sure that we were all in line. Like is there any wonder why I do really well at planning things?
Oh my God.
Because I was in charge of it.
Always in charge of it. Every move. Every fucking move you guys have done. No one would do the shit except for me and you. And then you would tell me what you wanted done, and then I would tell them, like, get the fucking done. Yep. We literally got told that we were, like, Nazis?
Moving Nazis.
Moving Nazis.
Because we were like, no, we need to be done. Like, imagine this, okay? There's 5 people in my family, okay? 4 daughters, 1 mom.
Yeah, you
okay?
would think
5
stuff
people,
would move a little quicker.
I would be the only one fully packed.
That's 10 hands.
Fully packed 1 person.
Yeah.
So then you've got the rest of them, like, in the kitchen or in their room trying to pack shit because it looked like they still lived there.
On moving day.
On moving day.
Not like it was days before. On moving day.
Also, I love my mom. Like, my mom is one of my biggest role models because of what she did and she dealt with and how she, like, came above it, right? My mom is not a confrontational person.
No.
She is not.
Shocker where you get it from.
I know. I hate confrontation. Like, it literally makes me, like, panic inside. Is there, like. No.
I want to tell people, remember that us that don't mind confrontation, we still get that inside. We just do it.
You just can handle it.
We
better.
can handle it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, if everybody just pretends like we're happy then.
That's so
like,
true.
It's literally how I've lived my life.
It's literally how you
like,
lived your
okay, let's rewind back to earlier in the conversation when I said we didn't talk about the problems or the abuse that was happening in my relationship.
Yeah,
right?
I had no idea. As a best friend, had no idea.
If I pretend, everything's fine.
Yeah.
That's how I lived my life. So is there any wonder why I can't trust myself? Because I've pretended 98% of my life that I am either happy, that I'm not fighting with somebody, that everything's good.
Yeah.
That's how I live my life.
I remember you going from year 2 to 3. I told you, I was like, you're going to question everything.
And I did.
I questioned what you like, don't like, who you want to be around, not be around. It was wild.
I mean, there is a reason why in year 3 of year 3, year 4, I think it was hard because I got divorced in my second year, and so I think a lot of
you got thrown a fucking curveball.
I was like, okay, you're good, try this.
You're like, just joking.
Yeah, fuck you. But I think that mine was a little delayed, I think. Yeah. So I think my year 2 was actually year 3, and I think my year 3 was actually year 4, if that makes sense.
No, it does.
And I think that my year 3 and 4 was questioning. Do I like these people? Do I even want to hang out with these people? Do I give a shit that you went to the pumpkin patch without me? Yeah, it kind of hurts, but I'm going to tell you, fuck you.
Yeah.
Because I just went through something really horrible and none of you were there for me. So why am I friends with you?
Well, and that's how you know who your true friends are.
Yeah.
They will be there for the good and bad.
Good and bad. And what happened when I called Cole, my other best friend lives in Portland. I called her the morning that Cody walked out the door. And she drove down here and stayed 3 days with me until I was like mentally able to handle being in that house.
Yep.
That is a true friend. Not being a true friend is planning a Mexico trip with my future ex-husband and then telling
days later,
don't tell Kelly, just tell her that David invited you. Yeah, I'm calling you the fuck out because Sarah and David were supposed to be really good friends. I never asked them to choose. I want that to be known. I never asked anybody to choose me. If you are friends with both of us, you're friends with both of us. Like,
no, but they planned that shit like a week or 2 after.
It was like a week.
It was wild.
And they were not going to tell me. Like, get some fucking balls and grow up and tell me what's going on. Like, that's not a true friend. And so when I decided to stop talking to them and I decided talking to the Smurfs and I did all of these things, it was that I was trying to trust myself that I knew who my friends were and who weren't.
Yeah.
And I think I'm surrounded now by a bunch of people that have my fucking back.
Yeah.
And that would never fucking do that shit.
No.
So there is a whole trusting pattern that I have starting after that divorce. I started to learn that I could trust myself in small doses.
Yeah.
But then I gained a bunch of weight and then I went downhill and I stopped trusting myself that I knew what was best for me.
Yep.
And because I am, some people might not agree, but I am a functional adult.
Yes, you are.
And I can pick what I choose to do and what I choose not to do. And some of that might be good and some of that might be bad. But I'm a functional adult that can make my own choices.
And you get to make your own choices. Like
exactly.
And every human gets to make their own choices. There's
exactly.
always a choice.
There is always a choice.
It might not be good choices.
No.
Like, I think people forget that. People think that there's always a good and a bad. But actually, it could be 2 good ones. It could be 2 bad ones. It's whatever
but you
you're
don't
fucking
know until
dealt.
the future.
Correct. And trusting yourself is a big deal. So the way that we've learned to like go from not trusting ourselves in certain aspects is to start small. Like
start
you said,
small. Yeah.
You always got to start small. Like the whole making the bed thing. I've been doing that for years because I saw that TED Talk with a military guy and I was like, you know what? He's fucking right. And it does feel good. Every time I passed by my room and saw my bed made, I felt good.
Unless nobody destroys it.
I know. But even then, I'm like, I make it over her.
I did that shit.
Because literally this morning, like, I made the bed. She gets underneath it, gets underneath the blankets, moves all my fucking pillows.
Yeah, all the pillows go out.
And then I literally just remake it with her under it. It's like, no. It's fucking made. And it does feel nice to know that I accomplished something that day.
Yeah. And I've made these small things with myself. Like, before I go on a big trip, I make sure all my dishes are done, trash is taken out, laundry is put away.
Yep.
and bed is made. Like, there might be a few things on my bed or something, you know, from packing, last minute packing and shit. But I have held tight to that.
Yeah.
I deal with small things. Like, if I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm like, oh, I need to do my dishes. I've really taught myself that, like, just stop and just do it. Like, I'm one person.
There's
I have
not
like
many.
4 dishes.
There's not
like,
many.
let's be real.
Well, and you can probably remember where I'll just be like, she'll say something out loud and like, just do it right now. And she's like, oh. But then she's
and I
like,
just do it.
And she does it.
Done.
And then she feels good about it.
Yeah.
Because if you do it in the moment, then you don't forget about it. And then you don't put it off. The whole procrastination thing is also, I think, a sign of trusting yourself.
Well, it also goes with ADHD.
It does.
Which, if you guys didn't know, I was officially diagnosed with it.
Yeah.
And I have actually started my medication. I started it actually, it's been a week today.
There you go.
Yeah. Which we are switching things up. But I have noticed a little bit of more like focus.
Okay.
And I think that goes with trusting myself. Like, I can now trust myself to do the things that I said I'm going to do and not get distracted.
Right.
Like, we got off a call and I needed to do like these 3 tasks. And if you have ever been on my computer, which most of you, I don't know why you're on my computer, but there are tabs everywhere. There are windows open everywhere. I do not keep my computer clean.
It drives me nuts.
My desk, clean. Computer, not.
You know what's funny is like my desk.
Your desk is a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
Yeah.
Computer, clean.
Yep.
We are totally opposite. It's wild.
Well, that's why we get along.
I know.
But I had to like do some thumbnails for the YouTube pages or for the YouTube videos. Got it done.
Yeah.
I needed to update our Calendly link. Got it done. I needed to send an email. Got it done. Needed to do an invoice. Got it done. And I did not get distracted.
How did you feel when you got it all done?
I felt like things, like my brain's finally catching up to me. Because like I constantly have lists. Everywhere I have lists.
It's scary because she has about lists in different areas.
About those
lists. Like there'll be a list on her computer. There'll be a list on her desk. There's a list at home. There's probably a list in her purse somewhere.
No, not in my purse.
Not in your purse.
No, in my backpack.
There you go, in the backpack.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the deal. It is a little nerve-wracking because I'm like, I don't know which list she's on.
I don't even know what list I'm on. Honestly, like if I don't write it down or put it somewhere, I will forget about it.
Yeah.
And so there's lists upon lists upon lists. But I'm now starting to check off those
That's
lists.
good.
So it's interesting because I feel like the ADHD part is part of me not trusting myself because I get distracted so easily or like, okay, so say I'm going to do a YouTube thumbnail, but then I need a photo. So then I go to the email, but then I realize the email doesn't have it. So then I go over to Instagram, but then I get distracted because there's a post that I want to look at. And then I realize I haven't done the post for the day. So then I go over and start working on the post. But then I need a cover photo. So then I go through the photos in my phone and there's nothing and then I'm like caught in it, right?
Yes, and that thumbnail is not getting done.
That thumbnail is not getting done.
One thing that was...
So I can't trust myself to complete an easy task because I can't get it done because I'm so distracted.
Right.
But by taking the step to get diagnosed with ADHD, taking the step to talk about me possibly having ADHD, moved into I have ADHD, moved into getting an appointment, getting prescribed something.
Yep.
And then now I'm realizing those were steps that I could trust myself.
You did it. You completed it.
Because I talked about talking to David about getting diagnosed.
Yeah.
And I put it off for a while, but then when I finally did it, I felt accomplished and like, oh, I actually did this. So I think it all is wrapped up in one for me.
Yeah.
Of like ADHD, of not trusting myself, of childhood trauma, of adult trauma, all of these things wrapped up into one is a big ball of not trusting myself.
Well, and I think a lot of you guys can, relate to that. Because like as you're talking, like I'm thinking too is like because no one talked to me about my weight or working out until I was in my late 20s, it's like I don't even think about it. And that's why I'll make these plans. But then I don't execute sometimes because like I don't trust myself to actually do the work because I know if I do the work, then I have to do more work.
So that's the block.
That's the block.
Is that there's so much work to be done, you don't want to add another work to your schedule.
Correct. Even though I've already done it before, I know what it feels like because I used to do walks in the very beginning. I remember talking to you on my walks, and I was thinking of Marcus for some reason. I remember talking to Marcus, our old producer, on one of my walks. And so I know that I can do these things. It's just trusting myself to get up and do them. Because, like, I've noticed because we don't have a set schedule, we try to get up around the same time every day just to help ourselves. And I used to get up around 7. Now it's kind of 8 again. Remember?
Yeah, you trained yourself.
I trained myself. So I got to go back to Michaela, which is losing a blooming. What she taught us is, like, just start small, 15 minutes.
Yep.
Then do another 15 minutes. So, and I did that, and I got myself to 7, and I was able to go work out and do the things that I need to do. So I need to.
Did you feel more productive?
I did.
Okay.
I did, and I felt better. Like, I don't, like, my mental state is actually pretty damn good, and I think it's my Lexapro, and then the fact that, like, I'm still writing. I don't think I'll ever stop writing. I think that's a new thing that I fell in love with like, when I started journaling. So guys, journal. You never know. You just fucking don't know what you're gonna like and not like.
Really, I have fallen in love with guided meditation.
See, there you go.
I gotta say, I did it when I was in Connecticut with JD. We did it 2 days in a row, and then we went to a witch circle, and it was basically a guided meditation, and a lot of things snapped in.
Yeah,
they snapped into where they were supposed to be, and I'm just like. So I really love guided meditation. So if you don't like journaling, try a guided meditation because you still journal after, but it's not like okay, what am I going to write about today? Like, it's all like told to you, and it's more of like being in your head, and you want to do it first thing in the morning while you're still sleepy.
Yeah. So the comedians do that every morning too. Like, if you listen to them, it's called the morning notes. The morning tabs or something like that, because they say the first thing in the morning is like the best because like you can get all of it out. And it's like a brain dump. For me, it's like instead of seeing a therapist like I should, but I will be,
I'm not gonna comment
the one
on
thing
that
there's 2 things I learned from her. One is the journaling. And then you said this previously in the episode of like listening to yourself or the other person that's telling you it's not working. But I like to challenge you because it worked for me. Is when you hear the negative thoughts, who do you hear? Remember, we talked about this before, because sometimes you hear yourself being a nasty person to yourself, or is it your mom? Is it your dad? Is it that friend from high school that was a bitch? Is it your nasty partner that you now are not with anymore? It could be someone else's voice that's talking to you and you don't even realize it. So I challenge people that are listening to think about that. And then when you are having negative thoughts, who's talking?
I think that's a very valid question because when you said that, I was like, who do I hear? Cody.
Yeah, I hear Eric all the time.
Like,
I hear Eric and my mom. Those are the 2 that I hear.
Yeah. And like, it sucks because you don't want to think about your ex, right?
No.
He's remarried. Fucker has my dogs, whatever. I am happy with Zach. I love his girls. Like, I am creating this whole little family with Zach and his girls, and I'm incredibly happy. Things are going great. And then something will happen, and all I hear is that fucker's voice in my head.
Yep.
Saying, I'm not good enough. I don't deserve to be happy. I don't deserve anything. I'm lazy. I don't, like, all these things, right? And it's like, I think, now that I've said that, I think I would actually take it one step further.
Ooh.
And whose voice are you hearing? Write down what you're hearing and how you can combat that.
Yeah.
Is it true?
Because that's a question. Because sometimes, like, we do get, this is why, like, the word grace always messes with me. Because I know me, and sometimes I can take an inch and take a mile. So with the gracing, it's the same thing. So it's like, who is it? And then 2, is it true? Sometimes it's true. And that's something that you might have to work on, you know, because like mine is definitely like the one thing I know that I have to work on is just be more subtle with people. I have to be less direct sometimes. And so like certain people I know that I have to do that with, and other people I don't have to do that with. Correct. So it is true. I do know that I'm very direct.
You are extremely direct. And that's direct. Not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
So,
but it can be. I can hurt people's feelings.
You can,
and I don't like it. The one thing about me is like I really hate hurting people's feelings
because your feelings have been hurt over and over and over again.
So much that I'm like I don't ever want to do that to someone. But like I have to work and be more delicate with certain people, and like I had to listen to myself and others and be like, no, this is me. This is actually me and what I'm doing. So you have to really face yourself, and that's going to be hard because if you can't trust yourself, how do you make that decision to even
practice it? Yeah.
So it's like I think that people definitely need to have a therapist.
Oh, 100%.
And then also like if you don't, that's fine. Like look for one, find other ways to get your what is it, like that energy out, that negativity energy out of you, like whether that's you playing music or listening to music or going to the gym or going on walks or whatever. Figure it out for yourself, but it's definitely going to be different from each person.
I think it's one of those things where you have to sit down and really have a honest look at your life. And you have to say, okay, what in my life do I need to work on? Because here's the thing. Every single one of us has shit that we have to work on.
Yeah. No one's perfect.
No one is perfect. Not one person. Not me, not Mel, not anybody. The president, nobody is perfect. Like, literally, nobody is.
I laugh because I don't think we've ever had a president enough that even be close to perfect.
But, I mean, nobody is perfect.
No one's perfect.
If you look at, honestly, in your life, like you did, and you said, okay, I need to work on being more subtle with people, not as direct with some people. You're learning who you can be more direct with and who you can't. And I think that's really, honestly, very inspiring because it's really hard to look at yourself and say, what can I work on?
It's scary.
It's very, very scary. I mean, I think I have had a lot of that in the last year of like, what can I work on? What do I need to do? Because there were some things going on in my life that were very stressful. And I had to take an honest look and say, okay, am I really happy?
Yeah.
Is this worth working on?
Correct.
If it's worth it, then I'm good. And then I looked at my life and I really worked on a lot of things, like speaking up and saying, hey, this is what I think. How can we figure this out? Because I do get I think sometimes I get a little too wrapped up into stuff and then I can't let it go.
Correct.
And so that's something that I've tried to work on, especially with JBY, because there's a lot of things that were like, well, that doesn't work. And I'm like, but I fucking did that. Like, no, we are doing this. And so it's like easier. I think something I want to work on, especially after JBY weekend, was being open to other suggestions.
Yes. Because what I've learned from just like the workforce is like, there's always someone else that can do it not better than you, but maybe more efficient than you. And they can teach you how to be more efficient. Because my biggest deal from literally since childhood to now is like, how can I be the most efficient person possible? And so like being open to other people's ideas is huge. It's very huge. And then not like taking it personally. And that's the one thing that me and you have talked about a lot because you take a lot of things personally.
I do because I'm a creative person.
And I don't. I'm just like, okay, fuck it. Whatever. Keep going.
Yeah. There are some things, and we've started to use the terms, are you married to that?
Yeah.
If you're married to that, then that's a non-negotiable and we're doing what you did.
Yep.
Unless there's like something like glaringly wrong with it,
right?
Yeah. But if you're not married to it, are you open to having other ideas? And I think just using that term, I mean, we have learned a lot this year about each other. Like we have known each other for 25 plus years.
Yes.
And we are still learning like, okay, when this happens, we need to do this. Are you okay with that? Okay. And then we move forward. Yeah. Because there's always going to be learning.
Absolutely. I think
and especially with yourself.
I think people that are like, I'm done learning, you're not going to go anywhere then.
Yeah,
because
you're not going to grow.
As we get older, we grow, we change, we evolve, and learning is part of that. And self-reflection is a part of that. And trusting yourself is a part of that, because at the end of the day, again, all you have is you, and you need to be able to trust yourself to make good decisions for yourself.
Yeah. I mean, most people that are probably listening to this, you already took this first step and you are in the process of getting surgery, or you were very seriously thinking about it because you're listening to us.
Right.
So I would say you've already taken one step to trust yourself. And same with like my ADHD thing.
Yeah.
I took that step to broach the subject, and then everything fell in line. So my computer just like decided it was gonna
but at least it's recording
out. Ew, it is recording. So I just think it's more of like, you've already taken that step. Why not take it one step further?
Yeah, and I think we can even relate it back to Jamie Y, because like, yes, we had 26 categories and we wanted to show everybody all the different types of people that are here.
Yeah.
And all those people trusted themselves enough to get the surgery and were brave enough to share it on social media, where you are open to the positive and negative, no matter who you are.
Correct.
Like, even fucking Taylor Swift gets haters. Like, it doesn't fucking matter who you are.
I can hate Taylor.
I know.
It's
I love her. It's Tay-Tay.
She's just so damn cute.
I know. And she's fucking amazing.
She is an artist through and through. Okay.
That fucking performer.
That's for another episode.
Another episode. We'll have one just for the Benchies about Tay-Tay.
Yeah. That's a really good one. Yeah, because we had a lot of fun at Tay-Tay's concert.
We have lots of things to say about Tay-Tay.
We're on a Tay-Tay
right. I got some friendship bracelets. I'm going to email Tay-Tay. It is on my Asana list.
I actually have it
on
to email
too.
Jelly Roll.
See? But my point is that like, these people every day that are posting and putting out their information are trusting themselves. And it's very awesome to see that there is people out there that do trust themselves and want to share and help other people.
Yeah.
And so like, all we can do every day is just like do a little bit more. Like, I like the whole like read a book, like read one chapter a day.
Yeah.
And that works, by the way.
It does. Like, before you go to bed, read a chapter of a book.
Yeah.
I need to get more into that.
I need to get back into that.
I absolutely love reading.
Yeah,
like, and absolutely love it.
You do. Like, you read like 1,000 books one year. Like, we literally, it was for English class, and she would fill out all the reading logs.
It's how I passed English.
That is how she passed English.
I did not actually do the work.
No.
I just did a lot of extra credit by reading.
Yes, she did.
Which I was already going to do because I read through my classes.
And
that's a whole nother thing. That's a whole nother episode.
About you reading during classes?
Because I realized that's ADHD.
It is. You needed to distract yourself.
Yeah, because I didn't understand what was going on.
Yeah.
So what's the point? And I want you to understand, I'm a smart fucking woman.
Yes.
But my brain chemistry makes it more difficult.
Well, and that's one thing that I'm happy that you will tell people that you have ADHD and what your struggles are, because the brain chemistry is very interesting, and it differs literally to like the microcellular of each person.
Wow. That was very scientific.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was something else I was going to tell you.
I think it's good that I talk about it, though. Like, the same thing of like struggling with regain and starting GLP-1 medications. Like, that was important for me to talk about, because I really, especially after like the first couple of shots, when I was like, oh, I don't think about food all the time.
Yeah.
What is this world? Like, I've never had this. And then with ADHD, like, it's changing. And my brain chemistry is developing in a way that is like the way it's supposed to be.
Yeah. It's like
I don't want to say, it's like correcting everything, and to where everything is making more sense. And I'm not as like wackadoodle like all the time. Like, I don't know. Like,
well, I mean, what I've seen over the last year for you is that you have learned to trust yourself in certain aspects, because she does not ask me about emails anymore. She's just sending those bad boys. She literally would be like, Mel, do you want to check this email before I email it over? No, just email it.
I used to read
I trust you. Like, I trust you to shit. So it's like, go, do it. I'm fine.
I know. I did not trust myself to write an email and send it.
Yeah. That's how far you've come.
Yeah. And now I'm like, okay, done. Like,
because it's not, I think that our brain likes to make things more scarier than it is. It's because we know now that like it's trying to protect itself. So if we think something's scary, we're like, we're not going to do it.
Well, we have years of self-sabotaging and not trusting ourselves.
Yeah.
So is it any wonder why we have food issues?
No, because that's the one where I'm like stuck on is food and working out is the trust issues with that.
Yeah.
So
I think like, that's a thing that you could talk to your future
therapist about. I mean, so my old therapist emailed me, guys, so I need to actually just email her.
You still haven't emailed her?
I know. I thought about it today because like I saw her name come up.
Before you get up off this chair, you need to email her back.
Okay, I will do it.
I do not get into this very often with her. I let her do her own thing. But seriously, like, enough's enough.
I know.
Just fucking do it.
It's important. It is very important. And I know how important it is. And I know what my problem is like, again, it's just like if I message her, then I have to deal with old shit that I don't want to deal with.
But by dealing with the old shit that you don't want to deal with, you become a healthier and happier person.
I know. Trust me.
I got so much shit
you did
about not going to therapy. So much from this woman.
I did.
Do not get up from that chair until you message her.
I won't.
Okay.
I won't, because if I message her and get on like a track, I can talk to her about me not trusting myself around certain foods, and I can talk to her about trusting myself about like going to work out and doing those kind of things, because now that Eric's out of the house, like I don't have to talk about that anymore. I mean, I do, but not to the extent that I was, because I think you can vouch for this too, is like sometimes other people control your therapy sessions to where you don't actually get to talk about yourself. And it's very frustrating because you're not learning anything. I mean, you are, but you're not. So again, what is she doing? She's taking a video of us. Hi.
I was going to do the like whole...
That's so funny.
You screwed it up.
I know I did. I'm so sorry. But again, back to the subject is it's called... all we're talking about right now is trusting yourself and how to do that. So I wanted to talk about the book. I remember that again now. I literally have one chapter left of what it's called, The Art of Not Giving a Fuck.
Oh yeah, I wanted to read.
I still have one chapter left of that damn book, and I need to read it. There's no reason not to, especially now that JBY is over. I actually have some more time in my evening to do things like that. So I'm pretty stoked to get back to that, because I feel like there's a lot of reading I need to do that would actually help me mentally as well. So
I agree.
So
I want to finish.
Little, guys.
I want to start little. I want to start reading these books that I have like piled up everywhere because I buy them and then I don't read them right now.
You even have one of my books that I did read, the Nikki Glaser.
Yeah,
book.
I know. I need to read that one.
It's a good one.
So there's a lot of them. I did finish Jamie's book, which is fucking amazing, you guys. If you have not gone to Amazon and bought The Easy Way Out, you need to go and buy it. It's in our
Amazon store. So
it's so good.
Go click on it in the Amazon store. You'll get you
won't regret
paperback, you can do a hardback, and then she is working on an audio version.
She is.
I'm very excited about it.
It may be a little bit, but
it's going to happen.
That's all that matters. I think it's this book is also plays a part into trusting yourself, because there's a whole thing that she talks about of like her life and leading up to, you know, you can't be a dietitian if you're fat.
Correct.
And all of these things, right? But she broke through that, and that's part of that book.
Well, we feel that just being podcasters for bariatric community,
yes,
as bariatric patients, we feel like we can't fuck up. We feel like we have to be on point with our food and water and working out, because we're role models for other people, but we're also people. And we fuck up too. Like we're not 100%.
We have bad years. We have bad months.
Yes.
We have bad weeks. Like
we call them seasons.
Well, and I think that it's important, because I think sometimes when people view social media as they view it as like a perfection type of thing.
Right.
But the thing is like from the beginning of us starting this podcast, we've always said we are open, honest, and we are not perfect.
Yeah.
And we will continue to be like that. And we fuck up, and you fuck up, and everybody fucks up, and it's fine.
And it's allowed, and it's okay. And
it's not a Kelly says it's fine. It's like, it's just fine.
It's just fine.
It happens.
And I want to preface this that it's okay to not know something. It's okay to ask for help. It is okay to not have to do this on your own.
100%.
You don't have to do anything on your own. You don't have to be alone.
Nope.
That is a choice. And we want you to choose to trust yourself
Yeah.
that you're going to make good decisions and that you can ask those questions. And hopefully we can be that person for you. If you message us, we'll message you back. We'll help you out.
We answer all our own messages, guys.
We do.
All of our messages are done by us because we will never give up that control.
No, we talked about it a couple times. There's just not, we don't feel comfortable doing that. So.
Nope. We can have help with anything else, but not that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I think that's all I have about trust. What about you?
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Yeah.
I feel good about it. If you guys have anything that you'd like, questions, comments, stories from your past that you want to share with us, feel free to email us. It's hello@oursleevelifepodcast.com. Right. We love to hear the stories. We love to kind of interact with you guys. And then, yeah, just tell us your story on how you don't trust yourself, or do you trust yourself? Because me and Mel are kind of different.
We are different,
but kind of the same.
Exactly.
So,
put it in the comments below.
Yep.
And don't forget to go over to oursleevelifepodcast.com, sign up for our newsletter.
You get
all
a free
of our
ebook.
Updates. You get a free ebook. Get all updates. We have that show that is free for people in Portland,
October 21st.
So go over there. We're gonna have Eventbrite up for you to register. And then we also are going to the bariatric retreat in November.
Yay!
We actually are going to be doing like a little 10-minute, 15-minute segments of about people and their journey.
Yep. So if you're going, make sure to sign up for a spot.
Yeah, and if you haven't bought your ticket yet to go, do so. Use OSLP, and you're going to get $50 off your ticket.
Perfect. All right. We love you guys, and we will see you
next time. Bye.